promise you I'm on the next. So baby, move her legs, I came up for the fucking checks. Don't want no problems, I'm just checking that they know what I said. What you heard about me, tell me, cause I love to know.
Him anywhere.
Yeah, bro. Super good friend. Generally.
Oh, dude, this guy would carry fucking Daniel up Mount Everest if he could. I swear. Like, you should have seen the shit he would carry him through.
I
like,
believe it, man.
Trees and branches and everything
and he just
stuck
does
in
it
his
so
wheels, and he's just dragging them on through.
And just does it so casually too. It's just like he'll be having a conversation as he's going up Everest. It's like anyway.
Yeah, he just smile on his face the whole time.
Yeah, straight up,
not
bro.
Upset.
Bro, that's how you could just tell the real ones, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't even have to ask him to do it.
Yeah.
He's just on it every time.
Literally, bro.
Amazing.
How are the things on like on the levels on the mic, bro? They look alright?
I mean, you guys got better lighting setup than I do for my streams.
Bro,
these are nice, actually. I really like this.
Bro, these lights are dirt cheap, man.
Really?
This is the most impulse buy ever.
How much per thing, if you don't mind me asking?
I actually don't remember. There was a pack of like all three of them, bro. It was like
damn, okay.
$70 maybe.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
And it's kind of funny, like with all this stuff, it's like you sort of just realize that like the stuff that you want to do, bro, especially with like tech stuff or even gaming, it's like if you want to, like you have to put money into it.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, spend money, make money, man.
There's like, so it's I guess there's just one of those industries with tech, bro. You have to have the best if you want it, like period. You know what I mean? It's not like soccer where it's like you're a poor kid, just go play with no shoes and you'll figure it out. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, you need this regardless.
Yeah. No,
if you don't have it, then you're just garbage.
No, exactly. Well, dude, it's funny you say that because like when it comes to streaming, right? It's just like the amount of just difference in views as soon as like my lighting got better, right? As soon as I got a ring light, my mic got better. Like, you know, obviously, and that's the beauty of streaming too, right? Is like you can set up sub goals, right? And people can financially help you towards these things. So it's not like 100% of your own income being dumped into this. Just like, oh, I'm putting up a sub goal because we're trying to improve the mic quality. And people go, okay, well, I like watching you, but yeah, the mic quality does kind of suck and it could be better. So click of a button, maybe send you some funds, right? And then that, you know, they see that little bar go up in the corner per se or something.
Interesting.
Like that, right? Yeah. So
do a lot of people donate to you?
Surprisingly enough, yes. Huh. I don't know why, but they do. I don't know why.
I don't know why. I'm not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I watch back some of my streams sometimes. I'm like, I see why people are entertained.
Right.
And why people want to come hang out because I've harbored this community of, like, homies, right? Like, I don't call my viewers. I call them homies. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's what they are to me. You know, especially the ones who go that extra step to financially support. It's just like, shit, man. Like, like some of these guys message me privately and we talk outside of the streams, you know.
That's dope as fuck.
Yeah, because, you know, it's like, and man, some of these guys range from Asia, America, Canada as well.
It's crazy.
Like, yeah, everywhere, man. Yeah. And like all ages. It's weird. Yeah, literally like, I don't know, some of my viewers could be like as young as like 12, 13, all the way to like 40 years old, man. I got this one guy, DJ, who watches me, 40 years old, like 2 kids.
Shout out DJ.
Yeah, shout out DJ. Yeah, 100%. DJ rules, yes sir.
That's kind of dope, man. It's kind of sick that people would actually just donate to you like that. You know, like it's kind of funny because coming from like my house, bro, my family, like yo, nothing's free in this world. You know what I mean? Like you don't get nothing. You gotta go get it. You know what I mean? So like the fact that people are just okay with sort of like giving you donations and like just to like be part of that and have it continue, that's sick as hell. You 100%. Know what I mean?
Well, what I like about it too is it's not like they're just like giving me the money too, right? They benefit from it in the sense too. Like for example, they don't get like they're ad free for a month. If they subscribe for the month, they give me that $5.99 or whatever, and I'm getting that 50% cut because Twitch likes to take 50% like that because you know Twitch. But yeah, so they'll give me that and be ad free for the whole month. So people like that. You know, they don't like clicking on my stream and seeing a 30-second ad every time, right? That doesn't. A lot of people click off right away when they see that, right?
Definitely.
So what's nice is on Twitch too, people don't have to actually subscribe themselves. People can gift a subscription, right? So that's where most of my income comes. Is like people who are already subscribed will be like, well, let me give out 5 gifted subs to the community, just like that. So now like 5 of my viewers who are there are getting a gifted sub. Now they're ad free for the month. They can use all my emotes. They can do like all these benefits, which is cool, right? So it's that fine line of obviously like people, I guess, like I said, I don't know why they feel the need to donate because like that's never been, you know, something that I really throw out there, right? Compared to some streamers, a lot of streamers out there, it's like, well, if you want me to do so and so, like we gotta, you guys gotta give subs or something like that. It's like, you'll never hear those words come out of my mouth. Because at the end of the day, it's just like, if people want to financially support, that's fine. But like, man, I was streaming for months without anyone giving me a penny, you know, like consistently. And it's just like, the fact that people want to go out of their way and do it is super dope, man. I'm not gonna complain.
Very cool, man. Why would you, right?
Yeah, literally. It's just like, shit, man, sitting there making money playing video games. It's like, don't get me wrong, I'm not racking in a big bankroll, but at the end of the day, it's like, after Twitch takes their 50%, I'm still getting my paycheck at the end of the month.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
So then guys who are streaming like a lot of streams or like a lot of viewers must be getting crazy donations.
Oh yeah. Yeah, these guys that average like, 50K freaking viewers.
That's nuts.
And they stream 6 times a week and they're super consistent. And these guys are like, I don't know if you ever heard of like XQC and all these other big guys. Yeah, these guys, man, hundreds of thousands of live viewers at a time sometimes, and it's just the donations are coming in. These guys could be getting gifted hundreds of dollars, minimal reaction to it, and or no reaction.
Really?
Like, if I'm getting gifted $100, I'm bouncing off the walls.
Yeah,
I'm getting
man.
on my hoverboard, I'm spinning, I'm chugging a beer. I got my money cannon spray, I'm spraying money everywhere. I got a little alarm that I set off. Like, I do all this nonchalant, crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
But then some of these bigger guys, once they get that high, right, it just, they get to that point where it's just like $500 is nothing to them because they're racking in like $50K a month just sitting there streaming, like.
Do you think when you get that big and guys are like casually giving you 100, you're still gonna do that crazy shit? Do you think you'll?
100%. Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't plan on ever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I feel like it would look silly if it's just like as I grow bigger, my reaction gets more dull. Right?
Definitely.
Because then a smaller streamer like myself will hop on a podcast like this and say the exact same thing. Oh, that MasterFalco guy. No. Fucking. He used to be hype, but now he doesn't do shit because he's got 50K live viewers at one time, and he gets given thousands of dollars at one time, and he just sits there and doesn't acknowledge it.
Everyone's calling you a sellout at that point.
Right, exactly. And I don't want to be known as that.
Nah,
right?
Bro, you can't sell out, man.
Oh, no.
Like, I've always believed that, like, I don't know, man. Like, my parents, like, we never had, like, crazy money, so it's always, like, when I make it big, I can't fathom how one wouldn't know where you came from. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, like look where you came from. You know what I mean? And now you're gonna be this cocky dick. Mm-hmm. It's like, what the hell? Like, this could all just go away.
Yeah, the humbleness just goes right out the window, right?
Literally, man. 100%. And I don't know, bro. Humbleness is sick to me. I think I like being humbled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think it's important to be a cocky fuck, though.
Yeah, you gotta know when.
Yeah.
You gotta find that fine line of like, I got a little bit of an ego, but I'm not walking around with my, thing hanging out, right? Like, I don't know, a lot of people, you could tell that energy as soon as they walk in the room. It's just like not good, right?
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I walked in here, I felt your vibe. We shook hands.
Super dope, bro.
Yeah, it was nothing but good vibes.
Yeah,
right?
man, of
and
course.
I got that vibe through the camera as is. That's why I wanted to come on here.
That's perfect,
that's why I reached
man.
out, right? So
that's actually sick that you say that, bro, because it's like that's all that it's really been about. Mm-hmm. Literally just chilling, vibing, and just chatting about some sick stuff.
Yeah.
About especially accomplishing sick stuff. You 100%. Know what I mean? It's like, and only people who have that same energy are naturally gonna be attracted to it. You know what I mean? Like, people who aren't really, they don't care. People who whatever don't see their life, going in that whatever direction.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna go do their own thing in that direction.
100%.
You know what I mean? Which is cool, whatever. But
yeah, do your thing, but shit.
But we're over here trying to be big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to be bigger.
Keep your big dick energy elsewhere.
Literally, man. Bro, so like when you're streaming and all these people are like donating and stuff, like what games are you streaming?
Random stuff, man. It could be kind of like how we were talking a little bit off camera. It's Flash games, for example, Mario Kart, a lot of Nintendo stuff, Flash heavy stuff. Honestly, just whatever's clever in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like what?
I'll be sitting there streaming for 8 hours sometimes, and we'll play 5 different games. You know what I mean? Which I don't like doing that because it puts a pause on the stream, puts a hold on everything. Having to like close something down, open up a new game, change the overlay of things. Because sometimes my camera's got to move or something depending on what game I'm playing, and it can be tedious moving all that stuff around, right? So I try not to switch games while I'm playing too much, but most of the time I'm just like, as of right now, I'm playing a lot of Pokemon Unite. Yeah. A lot of new games that end up coming out, I try to get on that grind right away, right? Like, while the game's still kind of relevant. That way, some of these new viewers come in, right? And they'll sit there and kind of not only maybe enjoy the stream, but they'll get like an idea of what's going on around here, and maybe they'll be able to help me out with the game, right? Because what happens with a lot of new games is I don't really educate myself before I play them, right? Like this Pokemon Unite game. It's a very strategic game, but I didn't educate myself before. I just kind of jumped into it. So I had a lot of new viewers kind of coming in like, oh, you're doing this wrong, blah, 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 kind of helping me out.
Cool.
And now, like, you know, some of these guys that came in through that game, right? Like a few weeks ago, I was streaming something else, and they came in regardless, right? Which is cool because they came through this one game, and now they're sticking around for no matter what that I'm playing.
Oh, that's kind of dope.
So that's what I like about it too, is because realistically, for example, if I'm playing Pokemon Unite, Mario Kart, or something like that, most of the time, you know, like there's a lot of my viewers that will kind of sit there and be like, okay, well, I only want to watch him if he's playing a specific game that I like, right? But then I've got that staple in my community that's kind of like, we don't care what he plays. We just want to kind of vibe out, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's kind of cool with the fact of, like, you know, being able to just play anything, man. Smash Flash, Smash Bros, this, that, the other. It's like people are down and like engage. People are down to come play and have fun.
How many viewers do you get?
As of right now, I'm probably averaging anywhere between, like, you know, on a bad day, probably like a dozen.
Yeah.
And on a good day, like 25, 30 average.
That's kind of dope.
When I'm staying consistent, definitely like in the double, like double digits. Yeah, like definitely like a little bit over 20 for most part.
That's kind of sick.
If I'm not being consistent, let's say I don't hype a stream up and I just kind of go live.
Yeah.
Right? Like randomly, I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't get a chance to hype it up because I was busy. I'm at my computer, let me just go live or whatever, right? Make an announcement on my Discord, et cetera, et cetera. You know, get a dozen homies that pull up in there, right? But if I actually kind of plan an event out for most part, or I'm being consistent and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be streaming all week, guys, blah, 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 blah. For most part, about 20 for most part.
So consistency is key.
Yes. Oh, dude, when it comes to streaming, 100%.
Yeah?
Dude, here's the thing with Twitch, man. You're either 10 feet in the door or you're 10 feet out. You're out of the building in the dumpster.
Hit or miss.
Yeah. Dude, I've seen people who have been super consistent, and then something with life comes up, right? And they gotta, you know, like for example, a lot of people started streaming during COVID, right?
You can move that a little bit.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
No, it's all good, man.
Pop it up a little bit.
Yeah, bro. You could.
But yeah, so during COVID, obviously a lot of people started streaming, right? Free time, et cetera, et cetera. Why not, right? A lot of people have been wanting to do it for a long time, and that was their chance to kind of jump on that boat, right? But what ends up happening is some of these guys end up building a community, et cetera, because they're being what do you call it? Like they're being consistent, right? So, but what ends up happening is, okay, now, you know, COVID starts slowing down in their area per se at the time. They got to go back to work.
Yeah, true.
They just nothing. They don't keep their Discord server updated. They don't do social media updates. Nothing. They just disappear, and then they come back like 4 months later, go live, and wonder why they're sitting back down at one viewer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that consistency of it definitely fucking matters. But at the same time, it sucks because real life things happen, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna have the viewers who understand that. And you're gonna have the ones who just completely don't.
Yeah.
And or don't give a shit enough to understand it, or just, you know, it's like, oh, he hasn't been live in 4 months. Oh, they move on, right? There's thousands of other streamers out there, right? So it's like, if you're not being consistent, if you're not constantly popping your name up on their screen, right? Like for example, in my Discord server, I can 300 plus people right now. I could easily go at everybody and it'll ping everyone in that server,
dope.
right?
Yeah.
So I could be like, yo guys, no stream today, or like blah blah. So I try to keep them as updated as possible, right?
Yeah.
Because when I'm not being consistent and I'm busy with life, any chance I get to hop on there and give them a quick little update and talk to them and clearly show interest and not just be like, well, I only give a shit when I'm live.
True.
Right? Because what ends up happening is people just end up being like, look, like, I could go be a part of a way better community than this.
Good point.
And why would I stick around for this?
So that's a big thing, is like actually being part of a community. So it's not even actually like just watching shit.
No, see, and that's what I like about my community, man. I've harbored like actual homies, right? Yeah. It's not like I don't consider them viewers. I actually consider them homies.
That's
so
dope.
It's like that's what I like about it. At the end of the day, it's like they know that I don't just look at them that way. So that gives them the urge to come back compared to maybe like 95% of other streamers that they watch that just kind of like just read out their comment. You know what I mean? Like I've seen this with a lot of streamers. Well, they'll just read out the comment. They won't read that person's name. Right? Like let's say I'm being like, yo, Luigi time 95, haha, yeah, like that's funny what you said or something. Most people will just kind of like acknowledge the actual comment, but not actually acknowledge the person.
So that makes a difference.
Yeah, because as a viewer, you want to be, you know, like You want to be involved. That's the problem, right? A lot of these people, like, it's easy to just watch somebody or watch something, right?
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing when you want, like, when people are trying to be involved, but the streamer's not, like, allowing them almost, right? There's, like, that barrier of, like, well, I'm only here for your entertainment's sake. Like, I'm not your friend, kind of thing, right? Compared to me, it's like, nah, like, come on in. Like, tell me about yourself. Like, what's going on? Like, how are you doing, right? Like,
well, could you not just argue that that's probably because you might, like, these guys, I don't know, like, whoever these guys are that maybe may not acknowledge them, like, is that because they just have so many comments going on?
Yeah, so that's the thing. Obviously, when you've got your chat moving that fast, obviously you can't acknowledge everything, right? Which happens to me too. I'm not perfect, obviously, right? I try to attend everything, but the OCD part of me comes flocking out sometimes when I'm like middle of a game or something and I get so distracted because I'm very good at reading chat and playing the game at the same time. But at the same time, it's like if there's a consistent, like 12 people talking at one time, that it could just get overboarded right quick. And then I now have to let go of my controller to scroll up or something like that because it goes that quick. Right. So when that ends up happening, I end up having a hard time finding that fine line of kind of still playing the game and not trying to be complete ass at the game and then, like trying to read chat, right? Because there are some people who are obviously just there for the gameplay and then they start thinking to themselves like, man, like this guy just started sucking so bad at the game because he's like scrolling up in his chat in the middle of a match right now. Like, what is he doing, right? Like, I've never gotten comments like that, but I like to think some people think that sometimes, right? Like, man, like read the chat after. It doesn't matter.
I think that's reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing, man. I try to, I don't like ignoring people. I don't like taking too long to like get back to those comments, right? Because like imagine writing a comment in someone's chat and like you're getting answered 8 minutes later. You know what I mean? It's like, man, the topic's irrelevant at that point. There's literally 70 other things that already happened, right? Like,
but how do you balance that then?
Yeah, so it's tough, man. It's I don't know, man. You really don't. That's why a stream is really everywhere, especially one of mine, man. It's like 1 minute we're talking about this, 1 minute it's back to the gameplay, 1 minute it's this, 1 minute it's someone's got a stupid song request, some bass boosted garbage. I don't know, like anything, man. Like it's like opening a mystery box when you pop into my stream, man. You could click on my stream 1 minute something's happening, you BRB to the bathroom right quick, and you come back and you're just like, what happened? Like, why is he dancing all of a sudden? Why is he like spinning on a hoverboard? Like, what happened, right? Like, or how did he die so badly in the game? He was doing perfectly fine for an hour, and I literally went to the pisser and he's dead, or it's like something like that, right? There's always something crazy happening. So
that's kind of dope, man. It's actually kind of funny because I've never really played video games like that, bro. I've never been like a big video game head, man. I had like the Wii. I had a PS2.
Okay.
I had like the first Xbox, but after that, after the Wii, I was like, okay, I don't even care anymore.
Okay, so it's been like a solid decade since you've really like touched some video games.
Well, like I have a PS4. Okay. But my sister uses it. I play like FIFA on it once in a while.
But FIFA, like Netflix type of thing.
Yeah, bro. But even FIFA, it's like, if I'm home alone, I'm not playing that.
Yeah.
Like if I'm at a buddy's house and like, let's run it.
Fair.
I'm like, okay, let's run it. But
yeah, I used to do a lot of NHL, so I feel yeah, dude, going to a friend's house and just playing some type of sports game, like you were saying, like FIFA by yourself. Okay, man, whatever, right? Man, getting together with some buddies, playing some FIFA, you know.
Well, especially because I don't have online, so like I don't have online.
Oh, okay.
So that's a big thing. I'm just sitting here playing against the computer for so long. Like, you know what I mean? It's just gonna suck eventually.
After a while.
But like,
create an ultimate team or something.
Yeah.
Keep yourself entertained.
Literally, bro. It's kind of funny though, because like I would imagine when people hop onto a stream and they're watching you game, they kind of see it as like sports. Whereas, because my whole thing, the way I related to it is like if I was watching like a real soccer game or like a hockey game, it's like that's where I'm entertained naturally. You know what I mean? So to them, it's like they're watching like some sports game or some shit. Like, to me, you know what I mean?
It's funny you say that actually, because over the last few years, it's becoming a strong topic of debate where it's like, is playing competitive video games a sport?
Is it?
In my opinion, it is. Yeah.
Why?
I mean, it has the same media coverage as actual sports do, as actual martial arts does, right? Like the esports scene is huge.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's like they've got, like, for example, you know, like sports have Sportsnet and all that, right? Like esports has their own things as well, right? Yeah. So it's really like it's overlooked. That's the problem, right? It's like people don't want to accept the fact that someone who plays video games for a living could be considered a professional or whatever. Or I wouldn't go as far as call them an an athlete, you know,
Yeah.
like you would with an actual athlete that plays sports,
Yeah.
right? You're not an athlete if you're just sitting there diddling your thumbs around for 8 hours and making thousands of dollars doing it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like some of these guys who dedicate so many hours and so much actual like sweat to get like hard work and sweat to get good at these games
Yeah.
is on a whole different level, because you got to understand, right? Like there's millions or billions of people that will play a certain video game, right? And to be acknowledged as one of the best, and to like, I don't know, be signed to a team like FaZe or something, right?
Yeah.
And just like, and for media coverage to kind of be like, well, that's not like,
Right.
right?
You get pissed.
It's not as I don't know, like what do they like to say half the time? It's just they just kind of downplay it a lot, right? They're just like, oh, like how is this dude making like $30 million a year, right? Kind of like Ninja, for example, right? When Ninja was huge with Fortnite, like a lot of media coverage was like, you know, pretty much throwing out the idea of like, oh, like what you should, like, I don't know. I read this one news article. It's like, what you should do if your kid comes up to you and tries to tell you he wants to be a YouTuber or a streamer. Like, no, like 10 things you should tell your kid. And it's like, man, like, I remember making YouTube videos back in 2007. I was making Pokemon videos before there was even an official Pokemon channel on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, like you would search up Pokemon on YouTube in 2007. My channel would come up. Pokemon didn't have a channel. There was no one making Pokemon. There was me and like 2 other people making Pokemon content back then. But that's because YouTube was dead. No one knew about YouTube.
Yeah.
I was in grade 5 with my little camera and my little Pokemon action figures. Right? And it's funny because some of these videos are still archived on the internet to this day. I ended up deleting them in like 2011 or something, because when I got to middle school, some kids found out about it and started bullying the shit out of me. So yeah, I just got rid of everything. And it's funny because then I disappeared for years. I actually had like 4,000 subs on YouTube back then.
Really? Just from those Pokemon videos?
Yeah, man. Like literally, because realistically, people would just search up Pokemon on YouTube, and then I'd come up, and then, you know,
good point.
Simple as hitting that subscribe button, right? Like my dead channel that I haven't touched in over 10 years still has like 600 subscribers on it on YouTube. YouTube refuses to give me access to it because they don't think it's me.
Really?
I've been fighting for that account for 5 years.
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
5 years.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy, man.
That's kind of crazy.
Dude, ever since Google bought them out,
really?
Two-tone authentication, this, that, proof of ID. Oh, man, it's a shit show trying to get that thing back. At that point, I'm like, man, I might as well just start a new channel. It's like I created my Twitch like a few years ago, and I'm already at 1.5K on it, so I might as well just...
Yeah.
I mean, I started a new YouTube, but I haven't been consistent on it, so that's the problem.
I see.
Gotta get on that grind.
But what I was gonna say about esports is that like, although I think like what a lot of like athletes don't fuck with it is just because they're like, bro, we're the ones out here like working out and getting big, like muscular wise. And I think like I kind of get both sides, because it's like, okay, if you want to complain about this kid getting 30 million off playing video games, it's like, well, first hold on, like, you have to make that same argument for professional athletes, because that same argument is what goes against what people say about doctors versus athletes. Yeah. So it's like, dog, it's just market value. Like, what are you gonna, like? There's nothing else that you could do. It's just because people are willing to pay them. Yeah. If you want a doctor to be paid 30 million, it's like, all right, well, now we have to figure out then who's gonna pay for it. You know, like, are you gonna go watch a doctor perform surgery all the time? Like, let's be real for a second. Like, and people get upset about it, but at the same time, I can kind of get what people mean. It's like, I don't know, man. Just because they're not like running around sweating, but you definitely forget how much hand-eye coordination you would need, man. Like, to react quickly.
Dude, it requires actual training. You can't just sit here and just play the game whenever you want because you're good at it. These dudes literally, like, when you're competitive in a video game, that's pretty much all you play. Yeah. Which sucks because you don't play anything else. Yeah. Which like takes the fun away from gaming, realistically.
So it's a job at that point.
Oh hell yeah, man! Like you look at like professional Smash Bros. Player. Bro, they hate their lives.
Really?
They travel across the whole country. They travel to Europe, and like Nintendo doesn't pay them out for shit because they hate the Smash scene. They're just like, oh yeah, like, well, it's gone a little bit better with Nintendo trying to like pay people out, but like, oh,
what do you mean? What do you mean they're trying to pay people out?
So, long story short, when it comes to Smash Bros, the GameCube version of it, like Smash Bros Melee, is still relevant to this day. A lot of people still play it.
A bunch of my buddies play it.
Yeah, it's still a huge like esport, right? But now, ever since the Switch version came out, like Smash Ultimate, there's been a thing where people have been kind of, okay, well, because that game's been the best one since Melee, so people are kind of putting both on a pedestal and being like, okay, well, which one's really the best, which one's got a better fan base, et cetera, and there's all this nonsense behind it, right? Yeah. But, yeah, at the end of the day, man, it's just, Melee is just, it's like 20 years old, or like almost 20 years old. Right. It's still a relevant game, but the problem is, it's just, okay, the thing is when it comes to esports, is you have with Smash Bros. Anyways, is it's so divided between Melee and Ultimate. You've got these dudes who play Melee for money, and you got Ultimate players who play for money as well. But there's still more money technically being made on a 15-year-old game than there is in Ultimate, because Nintendo literally refuses to just pay anything. They don't want to dump any funds into the competitive scene, even though the competitive scene is huge and it's worth millions of dollars. So a lot of these Smash players put money out of pocket, being like, okay, well, I'll host a tournament since Nintendo doesn't want to. We'll get all the best players in the world, right? Like, there's a whole thing with like EVO. I don't know if you ever heard of EVO. It's like the what's it stand for again? I totally forget. It's like the fighting game championship of the world, though. So all the fighting games are there. Smash Bros, Tekken, everything, right?
Yeah.
So there was like this whole thing like a while back where like Melee or I think Ultimate got taken off.
Yeah.
And people like lost it because they were like, of course, typical Nintendo, like back at it again, like we're moving. Like they don't show enough love back to the scene. That's the thing. Nintendo is just so like head over heels with money, and they don't care about.
Do you think it's that they don't care? Because I'm thinking like, bro, if these kids are gonna go do this anyway, why would you dump all this money into it anyway? Like, because it's running itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. But at the end of the day, is like you've got these dudes who barely even make money, right? Because these guys are pro Smash Bros. Player. The only income they're really making is from like the tournaments that they might win and get like $200 from. Yeah. Or like YouTube content that they make, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. And then they end up just redumping most of that money back into like a huge tournament or something, right? Like, because they're the ones that are holding up the scene still.
Right.
Like, if it wasn't for the actual people in the scene would have died, because Nintendo doesn't give enough of a shit to keep it alive.
Good
right?
point.
And
so,
it's like,
so they're saying like even if it dies, it dies. They're just like whatever.
Yeah, because they made their money off the 20 million plus copies of Ultimate they sold, and all the Melee copies and all this other shit, right? Like they don't care. At the end of the day, people could sit there on Twitter and be like hashtag cancel Nintendo could be trending for a week, and they wouldn't care. They'll still just do what they do, man. They don't care. That's the problem. It's
kind of funny because it's like even if that was the case, it's like why would they care, bro? A week later, these people are gonna forget about hashtag cancel Nintendo anyway.
That's fair. Like, that's fair. I get why they don't really like pay attention to it, but when it comes to actual feedback, for shit, and they're just kind of like oh, water under the bridge, like we'll act like we never saw it, kind of thing, right? And
I am curious as to why they wouldn't, because like it makes a lot of sense, bro. If this is all being held up by one demographic and they just don't even care, how does that make sense?
Yeah, dude, and that's the main complaint is like why it doesn't make sense. So why, right? It's just like Nintendo's got enough money to freaking throw around, bro. You know, it's like, for example, Mario Kart. Mario Kart is one of their biggest games, and they do you know how much money Mario Kart could generate if they actually made like Mario Kart an actual esport?
I'm still confused though. What's holding them back from making an esport? Like, why can't it just be an esport? Like, why does Nintendo have to? You know what I mean? Why can't you just go to a tournament and play it? Like, why does that matter?
See, and that's the thing. You've got like these I don't know, I want to say companies or just people, I guess, who will go out of their way, like I said, even for Smash, like make these big tournaments, right? Or they'll go out of their way to get Smash into a big event of sorts, right? Right. But like Nintendo never goes out of their way to do any of this shit.
I see.
Right?
I see.
They're just like we sold our copies. Like they're very, you know, here's the thing, compared to Microsoft, right? Who's kind of just like a little bit more involved, considering, if I'm not mistaken, Microsoft is a little bit more involved over here in the West. Right. Obviously compared to Japan. Like Japan is obviously, you know, you got Nintendo of America and like all this shit. But at the end of the day, it's like Nintendo of America, take care of it. Like, we don't care enough to take care of like any, or you know, like Nintendo of France, like whatever. Like they just don't care. That's the problem. They don't care enough, right? And when they do care, they put their focus towards the wrong things. Like they'll just, I don't know, make a DLC for a game that's 3 years old and already dead, when you could have made DLC for a way better game. You know, like downloadable content and all this crazy stuff. Or just like, for example, like I said, making a scene for Mario Kart, right? Like there's a huge scene for Pokemon. The trading card game, the game itself, everything Pokemon related seems to have something competitive about it. Because, Pokemon, right? Oh, yeah, that's their little baby at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But it's like, Mario Kart? Oh, yeah, 30 million plus copies sold across the world. We made our money, right?
Interesting.
And, for example, Mario Kart has literally, the one that's on the Switch right now has been out for almost 10 years. It came out on the Wii U, like in 2014, and they just remastered it. They're like, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You get all the characters unlocked already as you start Have fun.
That's
Another
so
$90 in our pockets. Especially up here in Canada. You pay $90 for a Switch game. It's insane. The prices are... Oh, it's insane. Nintendo hates us up here. I mean, then again, our dollar is not the best, unfortunately.
Good point.
But $90 for a game, yikes.
Compared to other games, like, is that a lot then?
I mean, here's the thing. So, I mean, even Xbox games or...
Those are like $80, bro. PS4
any
games.
AAA game will always be $79.99,
Yeah.
aka like $91 after tax,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't know if you remember, but like 10 years ago, like you were saying, when you used to kind of indulge in some video games,
Yeah.
right? A AAA game like, I don't know, Call of Duty,
Yeah.
right, would be worth $59.99.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
AAA games have gone up like $30 ever since the next gen. Ever since like what was it? Ever since the PS4 and the Xbox One and everything came out, AAA games went up like $30.
Well, bro, it's funny you said that because I don't. If you look at products in general, not just video games, there's certainly an inflation. Like,
Oh, 100%.
bro,
Especially since COVID.
dude,
my.
I got. Have you had? When was the last time you had a cold shot?
Oh, like a cold shot
Yeah,
drink?
like the beer. Yeah.
Ah, jeez. A year and a half ago?
Dude, I bought a pack of cold shots not too long ago, just because I was feeling nostalgic. I was like, yo, that's jokes that they have these. I'm gonna get one. I get them. I'm paying the same price for a smaller can. And if you go
Get
around,
out.
I swear, bro, I promise
What?
you, look at other products that you just know by heart. I promise you, the price is the same, but the sizes are going down.
Oh, okay,
And
so-
it's just a different inflation.
So
bro.
they're smaller than they used to be, though, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Really?
Bro, it's like 222 milliliters it was, or something like that. It was something ridiculous.
And now it's what?
Oh no, the one that I got was
Oh, it was
222.
okay, and
And I
the one
could have
before?
sworn it was like I don't know, man. It would have been under 3 for sure, but
Oh, yeah, probably like, yeah.
like 280 maybe. I don't know. I
Mhm,
could be
285,
wrong, but I'm very certain that if you look at any other products across the
weird.
board, bro, I promise you they're getting smaller and prices are rising.
Dude, have you heard about stuff like that where, like, for example, like, let's say, like, a Lysol container, right? And then I think I heard this with Pringles, actually. They'll take, like, a thing like Pringles, and, like, they'll compare one from, like,
Yeah.
08, and it's, like, flat bottom or whatever. And then you look at some of the newer ones, and they have, like, this curve
Yeah,
on them.
bro.
And it's like, wow, I'm missing out on 4 chips every time. You bastards. But, like, think about how much that adds up for them.
Bro,
Saving 4 chips per container?
Definitely.
Whew.
That's probably a
That's
lot.
extra millions per year.
And bro, they
100%.
probably, and what's funny is like that little arc probably gets a little taller and taller
It literally-
every year,
the
bro.
inch, every year. As COVID progresses, it's like, we need money still. It's
Literally,
like,
bro.
Increase that inch.
Biggest excuse to just get
Oh,
money.
I know.
now, man.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Bro, it's kind of
man.
funny that you say that Bear people just hopped on Twitch and stuff during COVID and they were just like, yeah, I'm going to stream now. Because I noticed that with like, bro, any girl around here, anyone that had like some type of ability and some type of free time just started their own like little thrift thing on like Instagram or their
Right.
like acrylic shit that they're like selling. And I'm like, it's kind of like, yo, do your thing. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not hating, but it's just kind of like funny that it's like, everyone's resorting to that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like nobody else has the creativity to do anything else, bro.
Right.
You guys are all just making acrylic shit from your basement, like
Yeah.
selling that for $2. Like, I don't know.
Dude, that's the era we live in too, man. Like, you know, you get hit with a pandemic like that, and we live in such a social media heavy frenzy world right now, where it's just like bored at home, you can't do anything. Oh, I got my phone with TikTok, or I
Yeah.
got my phone with Instagram. Let me create that second page I've been wanting to create for maybe
Yeah.
5 years now. That's the thing. Like, if there's one positive thing that came out from COVID, realistically, is like people having downtime for themselves for once.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because that's the main issue with a lot of people. They don't have enough downtime for themselves. They don't have enough time to just take a breather and just sit the fuck down and relax, right?
That's a good point, man. Because I think that breather is so key whenever you're trying to build something and achieve something, bro.
Oh, yeah,
like,
100%.
I get it, man. Like, you have to obviously, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day. I get that, but it's like, yo, you can't tell me you're doing that forever, dude. Like,
Yeah.
at least if you're doing that for 3 days in a row or 4 days in a row, dope. But you need a break sometime because you're
Yeah.
gonna crash and that peak that you want to get to is gonna be that much harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're making the climb a lot harder. 100%.
Yeah, bro. You're just hurting
Well,
yourself.
There's crashing, and then there's crashing and burning.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's the problem. Is like, if you're crashing, okay, you can kind of get yourself back up. If you crash and burn, that's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Like,
You're right.
yeah, that's a big climb, 100%.
And I feel like people, I think people, I guess just like overlook it, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like people just aren't really in tune with it either. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I feel like a lot of people just don't really see that they need it,
Mm-hmm.
or they don't even see that they've. I feel, or even like people will just think they need it, but it's like, bro, you haven't even done anything.
Yeah.
Like, what break are you taking? I feel
Literally.
like it's like two different sides of the spectrum, you know?
Yeah. Well, dude, I find myself in those situations a lot. Where
Yeah?
I'm just like in my head, I've done a lot.
Yeah.
But then I look back at it, I'm like, shit, like I could have done a lot more.
Definitely.
Right? There's never that like level of satisfaction, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's like
I know what you mean, man.
one day at a time, right? Shit.
Getting that level of satisfaction for me, I think, has been like one of the biggest challenges recently. Because like I don't know, man. Perfection like is impossible to attain. You'll never be perfect because nothing is. But
Right.
I think what's fun is the journey to it, or like,
Right.
you know what I mean, the hunt towards it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the journey towards being perfect and knowing damn well you're never gonna get there is
Yeah.
kind of what's fun, because the journey is what's fun, not the end point.
Of
You know what I
course.
mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like riding on a never-ending roller coaster. Shit's just dope.
Yeah, just a never-ending thrill, man.
Yeah,
right?
literally. It's just kind of
100%.
fun to just create and like continue to do that.
Yeah, because once you hit the end of that thrill seek, it's like, shit, what now, right? And that's the thing, man. I know so many people that are always about what now, what now, what now. It's like, shit, man, live in the moment. Like, like take your time with stuff. You
Yeah.
know? Like don't rush things. Don't always just like have this nice plan or idea or whatever and then just kind of rush that, right?
Yeah, like I patience has definitely been one of my big things, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm not patient.
I know, Sam. I feel you, bro.
Because I'm like, bro, I have like all these like ideas,
Yeah.
all these visions. I'm like, yo, they're right there in front of me.
Mhm.
I just need to go grab them. Like so close yet so far. But
Yep.
it's like you just have to be a little patient to get there. And it's
Right.
just annoying because I'm like, fuck it, let me get it. It's
Yeah.
right here. You know
Almost
what I mean?
in reach, right?
Yeah, bro, like
No, I
so
get
close
it.
in reach. I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of tough. Like I don't know if I could relate to like just like gaming and Twitch, but even like the stuff that I've seen on Twitch, like the big guys, like, you know, doing crazy amounts of views and shit,
Mhm.
crazy amount of people watching. Like what's so different about them, bro? Like why do they have all these viewers?
Yeah, honestly, it's hard to say. I mean, obviously, hard work and dedication. You know, like a lot of these guys didn't just like blow up from nothing. I mean, there are a lot of people that just kind of, I don't want to say got it handed to them, but like for example, kind of going back to the whole like Ninja and Fortnite thing, right? Like, there's so many people that would just the world wouldn't even know about them if it wasn't for Fortnite, for example, right? Like the world, like the game created them instead of them
Interesting.
creating themselves based off of a game, if that makes any
well,
sense.
wouldn't
right?
that
Like,
be the argument for anyone that plays video games, man?
Yeah, I guess to an extent, yeah. But here's the thing: it's just like if let's say you're grinding out for years, and you kind of get a breakthrough with a game, right? That's one thing. Which in Ninja's case, that was the thing. He had been grinding for a long time, low viewership, still kept grinding.
Yeah.
And then eventually he got his breakthrough with Fortnite, right? But there's a lot of people who just, Fortnite's a thing. Let me start streaming.
Yeah.
Immediate numbers,
Yeah.
right? And fake persona, et cetera, all this crazy shit. And it's like, just like that. But at the same time, we live in a world where, like TikTok, man. Look at,
Yeah.
overnight someone could go instantly viral.
Yeah, bro.
And just literally become somebody. Like, look at Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio, right? Like, literally went from just in high school to nobody, or they went from nobodies to just whatever they are now, I guess.
Do those people go to school?
Dude, I don't. It's got to be some
I
type of
just thought
private
about
school,
that. I
man.
just
Yeah.
thought about that.
Well, I mean, especially the younger one. I don't know if it's Charlie or Dixie, but
I thought that was the same person.
no, there's Charlie and then there's Dixie. There's two sisters, and they're
they're
both
sisters.
They're both viral, bro.
I thought that was
think
one full name.
No, yeah, Charlie D'Amelio, I think, and then Dixie D'Amelio. I don't really know. I forget which one's which, but one of them went viral first, and then the other one just like followed suit. Not after, like not long after.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I guess
And
that's like with any industry, bro. Like once you just kind of have like a sibling in there, you're
Oh,
golden.
jeez, yeah.
You're golden.
Well, especially between the age gap between them. I think they're only like a few years.
Oh, really?
In between each other, yeah.
Yeah, so you're
But
golden.
going back to what you're saying, I don't know how that schooling situation would work out. Definitely homeschool, private school, some crazy stuff like that. Because from what I've heard, they already get enough backlash online. So I could only imagine in-person bullying and stuff like that.
Bro,
right?
I wonder what it would be like to be like that. Not necessarily. I don't know if the word would be famous or accomplished or successful, but it's like to get to that level of whatever it is that you're at, but at a young age.
Yeah, it's scary, man.
I think it'd be trippy. Like,
Yeah, that's scary. Well, your mind hasn't even fully developed yet.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking back to, like, 14-year-old me. If I would have came across millions like that, holy, I'd be acting lavish.
I don't know how I'd be acting. Like, that's my...
I would have crashed a Corvette or something by now, honestly. Knowing
You
me.
think your parents would have let you got one?
Probably not. No. No,
Neither
I'm
would
glad
mine.
I didn't get my license at 16, though, because I don't think I'd be sitting here.
No?
No, dude, I was a stupid kid.
Yeah?
I was a really stupid kid. I did a lot of dumb shit.
But who didn't?
Yeah, that's fair.
Did you just do exceptionally stupid shit?
Yeah, I was always like the extra step, you know, like 12 of us are doing something stupid, and then there's like I brought it past that next level, and it's like
Too far, eh?
I'm the only one getting in shit now, right? It's like everyone else is like scot-free, perfectly fine. And it's like, well, you know, you went that extra step and like threw a boulder or something. Like I don't know, like something like that, right?
Okay, so but how has that affected you now though? You know what I mean? Because like usually, I don't know, man. I wouldn't necessarily say I was like super crazy, but like I certainly push boundaries. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really get enough trouble to like. I guess I had my parents called a few times, but usually it was just like I just get yelled at in the hallway, or like the principal talks to me or something like that for like swearing or some shit, or like detention. You know what I mean? And it's like I think that was super important for me because it taught me how to push boundaries.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I think like rules are important.
Yeah.
But I think rules are also meant to be broken because it's like, how can you innovate? How can you create new things if you're just within this box?
Mm-hmm.
So like, whether it's like through conversation or whether it's through regulation or whatever it is, I always try to like to push and like test the waters to see where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm chilling with people or I'm having a couple drinks. I'll like crack like nothing, I guess like controversial, and it's like, see what happens. You know what I mean? Like,
break the ice a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
bro. Say some crazy shit about abortion, or something. You know what I mean?
See who reacts.
Yeah, bro.
In
And
what
like
way, yeah.
exactly. And
Yeah.
I feel like I think that's just kind of like I said, how you innovate, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? If they
No, I feel
told
you.
Elon that you couldn't build a tunnel under the, under LA or whatever he's doing, then nothing would change.
Gave him more will to do it, if anything, man.
Yeah,
You
bro.
know? Shit.
And so I think, I don't know. So would you say that being bad kind of helped in a way?
Yeah, I mean 100%, because at the end of the day, a lot of these other kids that were like, you know, my friends and or bad, just as bad as I was, right?
Yeah.
They either ended up being complete fuck-ups or they ended up being the most genuine people I know, right? There's always that fine line with being a shit disturber in middle school or something, right?
Yeah.
Like, I always hear a story about some other shit disturbers I knew. It's like, oh, he's in prison now, or he's dead, right? And it's just like, well, shit, that could have been me, right?
Damn,
like,
bro.
thank God it wasn't. Thank God I, 2 feet on the floor, figured it out a little bit, like put the boots to the ground, as they like to say, I guess.
So how did you figure it out that these kids didn't, bro? Did you get a job? Like,
dude, just honestly, man, my parents. I have a really good like backup system. I have really good friends. I have really good family. All my family's in Montreal for most part.
Oh, dope.
I literally have my dad, my sister, and my nephew here, and that's it.
Yeah.
But other than that, like my whole family's over in Montreal. But it's like such a huge support system. You know what I mean?
How key is that, bro?
Very, very, very key.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Well, you know how they like to say it's like, well, the people you surround yourself with, especially friends, right? Like that's what's gonna mold you into who you're gonna become, right? Yeah. Like people like to say that, but at the end of the day, it's like having that actual built-up backup system of having a good family with their head screwed on properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for example, my dad's the type of guy like super strict when he wants to be, but like the most easygoing guy, like your typical French Montreal Canadian. You know what I mean? Like he's just like one minute he's fine, 1 minute he's not. It's like some type of bipolarness. I don't know.
I think that's just being a dad, bro.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that comes from me. I do push some buttons. So
you have to, bro.
Yeah.
But no, I agree, bro. Having that support system is crazy, especially with like your boys and your friends, because it's like that's who you choose. You know what I mean? So how are you just gonna choose bums, No,
exactly. Well, dude, and I feel like that's what kind of brings people to like that next step. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say I'm like over that next step of people, but like I meet a lot of people and it's just like, man, I can tell this person hasn't figured it out. You know what I mean? Like they're still like fucking like rage, ego, you name it, right? Like they probably got it, but it's like, man, I don't have a hurtful bone in my body towards anyone.
Yeah.
Like don't give me a reason pretty much, right?
Yeah,
like,
bro. My thing is like, dude, just I'm minding my business. Just leave me out of it. Like, I don't care what you do, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm over here, bro.
Yeah.
Do your thing over there.
If it involves me, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Shit.
Straight up.
Like,
bro.
fuck, man.
Bro, how do you? So you said you can usually tell people who, you know, maybe don't have their head screwed on straight? How do you tell that?
I mean, kind of like going back to the ego thing earlier. Just like, you know, you feel someone's vibe right when they walk in. You know, you can tell the way they look at you. You know, the eyes speak 1,000 words, man. You know, the way someone looks at you, 100%. The way someone looks at you, you can just. I don't know if that's just a me thing, you know, but man, I can just tell. Just like, okay, that look is like, I'm cool with you, but like, don't talk to me kind of thing. But, you know, like I always get like these like, yeah, it's like a half vibe, half like, I don't know, just like, okay, I'm seeing, you know, like the energy almost, like, okay, the way you're kind of looking at me or whatever, right? The way you're treating me almost for no reason, right? That's the biggest problem with people is like, judge a book by its cover, first of all, you know, or you don't even give someone the opportunity to express themselves. Like that's my main problem, right? Is like people see me right off the bat, and for some reason, I get a lot of that look, right? Like, I don't know about this guy, right? And they kind of treat me like shit until I start talking, and you know, it's just like, hey, how's it going? You know, blah blah blah. Fucking start, you know, spark up conversation over nothing, right? That's the type of guy I am. I'll talk to you about this table for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Like shit. Like if that's what you want to talk about, we'll talk about the table for 20 minutes. Like I don't care, man. Shit. But at the end of the day, it's like a lot of people like, you know, they end up kind of. I see that look change within 5-10 minutes as I'm talking to them. And it's like that look goes from like a I don't know about you weirdo to like, okay, you're not bad. You're a decent dude.
So why do they just assume you're a weirdo?
I mean, I wouldn't say most people assume I'm a weirdo. That's just the ego in people, right? It's just like I feel like it's not a me thing. It's they look at everyone like that for most part until they almost like prove themselves, I guess you could say, right? And that's my biggest problem is like, you know, I should never have to fucking prove myself to anybody. But that good guy instinct comes out of me, and I'm always just trying to be a nice guy and talk to everybody and get everyone involved. And it's like, if I see someone who's like feeling down, I'll try to bring, like, you know, get them in. But that's the thing in these type of settings where you're maybe meeting new people, that type of energy that I bring sometimes where I'm kind of like trying to get everyone involved. Okay, well, you know, maybe this dude is sitting in the corner for a reason. Maybe he doesn't want to be involved. He gets pissed off that I'm like trying to involve him. It's like, God forbid I'm trying to be a good guy and, you know, like meet you as a friend and just like have a genuine interaction with you, right? Yeah. Some of these guys just want to have stare-offs across the room, you know, like big dick energy type shit. Just
bro.
Just sit here like this.
I wonder how like far someone will be able to get in like their career and their life, like whether it's just like getting with their career or their projects or whatever, by having that like crazy ego. You know what I mean? I mean, like I'm curious. Like I wonder if like these big guys, you know, like Jeff Bezos, these crazy big guys. Do you think they have a crazy big ego? Like, do you think that helps?
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that it does, but like because that's my perspective, I'd want to see theirs and explaining how it would help. You know what I mean?
I thought about that. That's crazy. Like, I wonder if we're just sitting down with Bezos for like 2 hours.
I would crave to sit down with like him,
100%.
Jay-Z, Drake, fucking.
Have you seen that new meme online with the Jay-Z thing?
No, what is it?
It's like it's not more so a meme. It's just like this thing kind of going around the last few weeks. It's like, would you rather have dinner with Jay-Z or get 500K? And then like it's just like sparked this whole argument. Like, people are just kind of like, I'd take the 500K because Jay-Z probably wouldn't tell me shit.
That's what I was thinking too, bro. Why would this guy? I mean, that'd be cool because I would love to learn, but like, that's given that he's gonna tell you everything.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'd take the 500K and dinner with Jay-Z. What do you mean? Like,
yeah, bro. Or
like,
just get or just get a dinner that's worth 500K.
Oh, jeez, easily. Yeah, tell him you'll pay.
Tell him
you get the tabs. Like, oh, as soon as you hotwire that 500K, you know, like, I'll pay the bill. It's okay.
But I was speaking to a local politician around here, and she's running for her first election, and and she was against, you know, Bardish Chagger.
I don't know.
She's our local MP. She's been a politician for like 8 years.
The name rings a bell.
Yeah, bro.
You've some signs.
100%. And basically, she was like, they had a debate, you know, like every election does. It was just a lot more local. And I was just so curious because even though she isn't like the freaking president or the prime minister at like a crazy high level, you know what I mean? It's like she's still at a higher level. And I was still very curious as to like how it would be just being around her. You know what I mean? Because it's like, obviously she's not Trudeau.
Yeah.
But she's not me either. So she's like a little in between. And this friend was saying like, yeah, man, even though she's not at that crazy high level of being a prime minister, you could tell that like after 8 years of being a politician, like she's very good at speaking and debating. You know what I mean?
She's invested.
Clearly, bro. And it just goes to show that, like, again, it's like patience, I guess. Like, it's a time thing. It's like you just have to be good at your craft.
100%.
And it's just so annoying for me because it's like, bro, I feel like a lot of us are just in this weird thing of trying to figure out, trying to remind ourselves not to compare ourselves to anybody.
Right.
But it's like, how can I not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, especially if you're sitting down with this person, right?
Literally.
And it's just like, you're kind of getting an insight on, you know, their life and how they think.
Yeah.
How they speak.
Yeah.
Right? It's a lot to take in.
Definitely.
Of course.
And I think not just being around them, but even on social media, bro. It's like there are crazy guys that are younger than me making crazy millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And it's like, it pisses me off. It's like, fuck,
Dude, like, I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to be him. I want to have the same opportunities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm trying to like chill and be like, all right, relax, bro. Like, this guy maybe was born for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
his time came, my time will, right?
Literally,
yeah,
bro.
100%.
And it's just like annoying, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah. But that's the thing with social media too, man. You can't help not to see it, right?
Yeah, bro.
It's like shit.
Fuck
like
this.
God forbid you go on Google to like actually search up something, like and like inform yourself on something, and you're like seeing an ad for some bullshit. Like it's just like, oh yeah, Bryce Hall or something. I don't know, TikToker. Like
it's fucking what's his nuts. Talking about his Lamborghinis in his garage. What's that guy's name?
What's his nuts?
Yeah,
I've never heard that in my life. That's amazing. What's his nuts? That's fucking gold. I'm gonna start using that. What's his
Please,
nuts?
bro.
Holy
What's his
shit.
nuts? I love saying that.
Fucking
but like,
in honor of the executive rule. Let's go.
Yeah,
Holy
man.
Fuck, that's funny.
But yeah, I don't know. It's everywhere. Everyone just wants to, and that's just also annoying to me. Everyone just wants to tell everybody about what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
It's like I get it, but relax, bro. What are you bragging
Yeah.
about for? Like, it's another thing that I try to remind myself. It's like, actually, no, I don't think I have to remind myself as much as I probably once did. I think like I'm better at it now, but I can a lot more easily say like, how the fuck does that help me, bro?
Yeah.
Like, tell me, bro. You're sitting here talking about your Lamborghini, dope, like sick whip, bro, crazy expensive, but it's like, I drive a fucking Kia Rio. I'm just like, doesn't change shit for me.
Yeah.
You know what I
man.
mean?
No, dude, I'm the same way, man. Like when it comes to cars, I could care less.
Yeah.
I have so many friends that just like car this, car that.
Yeah.
You know, my dad worked for Ford for 30 years.
Yeah.
You know, so my dad obviously wanted me to be super heavily involved in like knowing about cars. I don't know shit. I don't care to know shit.
Neither do I.
It doesn't interest me, man. If it brings me from A to B, fuck, man. They could be from 1978, 1958, 2058. I don't fucking care. Dude, if it gets me to where I gotta go, it gets me to where I gotta. Dude, if someone's gonna look at me in traffic and be like, oh, look at this fucking idiot with his little shit box or something, you know what I mean? Congratulations. You shat on me. Wow. You saw me in traffic and you shat on me, and I'll probably never see you again. Congratulations. And if I do see you again, it's because you'll recognize me in my shit box, I guess. I don't know. But you know what I mean, though? It's like, I don't care, man. The Nissan, Ferrari, it doesn't. I could be driving whatever. I don't care.
The reason why it's so fascinating to me, bro, is because I think like, do you really identify yourself with this car? Like, do you really not think that like as a human being you have much more to offer?
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
if I was to come be like, yo, who are you? And you're like, I have a Ferrari. Like, bro, hold on. What?
Like, wow,
What's your name?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking? You don't have pride in like your brain. You know what I mean?
My name is Lamborghini.
Literally. Fuck.
Could you imagine?
Plot twist.
Oh
shit.
yeah, plot twist.
But like, I just can't fathom people not identifying with their like intelligence and their experience.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, if I was to come try to shit on you, it's not stupid because, you know, I'm being a dick. It's just stupid because it's like you're dumb.
Right.
You don't understand.
And their argument would be, well, I have a Lambo and you don't.
No, it's like, bro, you don't understand what this guy knows.
Yeah.
Like he could like be way more smarter than you. Like his perspective, you know what I mean? Like the shit that this guy's seen, fuck a car at that point, bro.
Yeah.
Like you got guys coming in from Palestine and Syria. Dude, these guys have seen fucking war, bro. Yeah. And you're sitting here talking about, oh, I'll fucking beat the fuck out of you, bro. This guy probably killed someone with his bare hands.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I mean? And he's driving a shitbox, dope, but he'll fucking get out and stab your heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you find out this guy's like a Croatian soldier or something.
Literally,
like,
bro. And it's like, how can you not value this guy's perspective? Because it's like, don't get me wrong, you can't be hypocritical. Obviously, the guy in the Lambo, that perspective has to be valued as well. But I just think that like, you have to be able to identify yourself with more than just your clothes and your car.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? With like your intelligence and like.
As soon as people come across nice clothes and a nice car, it's like anything they've ever learned just out the window. Like, I swear, some people are like that, man.
Yeah?
Oh, 100%. The clothes gets to them, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, shit, man, I own nice clothes, you know. I feel good about myself sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm rocking
bro,
some nice
of
clothes. I
course.
feel good about myself, but, like, you know, keep yourself in line. You're like, okay, bro, like, who am I, Gucci Gazpacho or something? Like,
Bro,
like,
what if
relax,
someone just
like,
fucking, you're wearing this sick shirt, what if I just came over and just ripped it off? Now what?
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
Well, it's not even that. It's not like I'm a big fighter, but it's like,
Right.
now your shirt's fucked up.
Yeah, your $800 t-shirt.
And now, like, are you just,
Fight me about it.
are you just gonna die? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Dude,
It's like,
yeah.
what happens to your brain now? Like, just chill out. It's just a fucking,
Some people are way too hung up on materialistic stuff, 100%.
I mean, it's kind of funny though, man. They are, but at the same time, I almost don't blame them. Cause like, there is this weird thing where like, if you ever to get this like nice thing in your hands, it's like, whoa.
Right.
It's like, I do kind of get it. And I'm curious. I wonder if there'd ever be a study where it's like, maybe these people have a more like addictive personality where it's like, they're just addicted to fucking feeling that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I have some possessions that I'm like obviously really kind of like, you know.
Of course.
But like, I don't know. It's hard to say, man. Like, the best thing you can do with materialistic stuff, especially in a world we live in where it's like, obviously you're going to be forced to have some type of materialistic stuff, whether it's a phone, fucking, I don't know, a nice wallet you might like, fucking anything, right?
Yeah.
But we live in that world where it's so weird because, like, I don't know, man. How do I even explain this? Like, you literally can't let go of this stuff as much as you might want to, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of, you know, I for example, I know somebody who was telling me the other day, like, I'm trying to, like, sell a bunch of my stuff, have the least amount of materialistic stuff as possible.
That's dope.
And, like, that rung something with me because I have a lot of materialistic shit that I don't use or I don't care for. Now, I have the stuff I do care for,
Yeah.
which I would obviously never consider selling, or I would be upset about, let's say,
Yeah.
someone running up to me and
Yeah.
ripping it up, like you were saying,
Yeah.
right? But, you know, why am I hanging on to some of this stuff if I don't care about it, right? The stuff I do care about, I should have it, but at the end of the day, if you know, just having shit sitting around is just, I'm like in the phase 1 of hoarding almost, you know? Stage 2 is really bad, so let's not get there. But
We'll bring these cameras over. And
oh
fucking-
god, yeah, let's document an episode, yeah.
Bro, would you?
Oh,
No, I was about to ask, bro. How old are you?
25.
Are
I just
you-
turned 25 in June.
Oh well, cheers, happy birthday.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
Are you successful?
I'd like to think, yeah.
Why?
Well, going back to family, first of all, my family's always kind of had my back, made sure I'm good,
Yeah.
right? Why am I successful? That's a good question.
Like, what is success to you? Like, what makes you successful? Why are you successful?
Happiness.
You're just happy as fuck.
If you can find happiness out of anything, or at least try to find happiness in all of the little things. For example, me being here right now.
Nah.
Shit, I'm happy as hell.
I'm
I
happy
might
as
not,
hell
I
too,
might not
bro.
show it, but
I'm super hyped to fucking have
hell
all this
yeah.
shit set up, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, it's like so many people that take something like this for what do you call it? For granted.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
definitely.
it's just like people overlook every little detail. They think like happiness needs to be this big rainbow field full of flowers. You know, people have this big image about the general sense of happiness.
Yeah.
Right? Man, I find the tiniest happiness in any little thing.
Yeah.
Because you have to, man.
Definitely, bro.
You have to. Like, any tiny little thing with my girlfriend, man, we could be sitting there laying there watching TV and I'm like just looking at her and I'm thinking about how grateful I am, right?
That's dope.
And it's just like, it's just small things like that, right? Like, as soon as you're able to appreciate things a little bit more, fuck, man, your aspect on everything just changes. It
You're
really
right,
does.
bro.
And like, you know, unfortunately, like there are going to be people in your life that are going to not have that same aspect and might be a little bit more negative than you are and shit. And like, they're just going to bring you down.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know. I'd like to think, like, for example, like those people that are around me that can be a little negative sometimes. I'd like to think that like I'm like a good like mentor for them in a sense of being like, you know, I don't know. I've always been the type of guy like I'm good at giving advice to people, but I'm not good at taking my own advice, right? Which I feel like a lot of people can relate to that,
Definitely.
obviously. But yeah, I'm really strong on that belief of like when it comes to solving someone else's issue, man, I'm like freaking Inspector Gadget on the case. You know what I mean? But then it's like come my case, I'm like just a lost puppy in a box. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know why. It's just like when it comes down to my own problems, I don't seem to have the answers.
I do know what you mean.
But it's like those type of answers I seem to, I guess, have for other people, and it seems to benefit them in a sense, right? Like, I've never been told, like, well, your advice sucked, and you just fucked me over, and I'm out 10 grand or something like that. I don't know. Like, that's a random example, obviously, but
You're not advising anyone on their finances or anything?
Yeah, that's one thing I try to stay away from, you know? If you got really, you know, you got issues with your girlfriend, I might be able to help you out a little bit,
Don't come to me.
you know, I mean, I'm pretty good with my money, so I'd like to think, compared to most of my friends, man, holy shit, paycheck to paycheck, these guys.
Yeah?
I can't do that.
What
I
does
can't
that-
live paycheck to paycheck, man. That's crazy. I have money saved up, bro. I can't.
Well, what's actually crazy, bro? Like, there was a statistic where, I forget what it was. Like, most of the people in the U.S., bro, they didn't have $80 in cash.
Yeah.
For emergency.
I heard about this actually. Yeah.
Which is appalling.
No, I know that's mind-blowing.
$80.
It's sad.
It's so sad. And it's
It's
crazy
terrible.
because, like, you just think that you're living in North America and, like, life is
Yeah.
good. But, like, look around you, bro.
No, I know.
Like, a lot. Like, the only way that so many of these people can be successful, the only way that it's so fucked to actually admit and acknowledge, but the only way that I can even be successful and reach the goals that I want to is if that's a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I
No, I
mean?
feel you.
Because without that, there is no Jeff Bezos.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? If everyone has that $80.
Yeah. There's
If
no
it-
drive. There's no drive.
bro.
100%.
There's no what's the thing I'm looking for? Pendulum, not pendulum. Fucking, I'm actually dumb. Whatever, I don't know what I'm talking
French
about.
Canadian, man. I feel you. I'm searching for my words all the time. You just made me feel really good about that. So don't worry.
Bro, fuck it. But I was gonna say though about the happiness thing, bro. I think like a lot of people I think forget that like the worst case scenario is never the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Because I've realized that like the worst case scenario in every situation is death, and death even at that point, bro, I don't even think it could be that bad.
No, for real.
Like your brain just releases a bunch of DMT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going into heaven like shit.
Shit and piss yourself a little bit, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, like, think about it, bro. It's like worst case, you're a bum and you're just living on the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if that has nothing to do with the situation.
Dude, it's funny you say this actually, bro, because man, who was I talking about this recently with? I think it was with my dad and my girlfriend, if I'm not mistaken. And we pretty much came on the topic of like, yeah, like how obviously like suicide's sad and like, you know, like people should never have to feel that that's their only option or something like that. We were on the topic of that.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, like, look, you know, like I've been down on my luck. I've had suicidal thoughts, you know, like I've been there. You know, I'd like to think most fucking people who've been through shit have been there, right?
Definitely.
But no, it got me thinking. It was kind of like, at the end of the day, like I fucking don't think I would ever have the balls to just off myself. Like I'd rather, and going back to what you're saying, like I'd rather be homeless.
Yeah.
Like I would take homelessness and still living. If it's not the best way to live, obviously, but I would take homelessness over just offing myself. Now I say that, but like, dude, mental health is a bitch, man.
Yeah, dude.
You know, I'm saying this now, and then God forbid tomorrow I could not be here because I do something stupid, right? I'm not saying I'm going to, but I'm just saying, right?
Yeah,
like,
you never know.
fuck, man, you never know. Some traumatic could happen to me tonight, and I could just fucking flick the switch like that. Like, who knows, right? And that's the thing. That's the thing people don't understand, right? It's like being kind to one another, for example. That plays such a huge role in people's lives, and they don't understand that, right?
Yeah.
Like, for me, man, someone being fucking kind to me and just being humble, you know, as soon as I walked in here, you were nothing but fucking good to me. So we're having good vibes,
Cheers,
we're having
of
good
course,
times, right?
bro.
So it's just like, there's no issue. But, you know, I can't speak for that for every situation I've been in, right? Obviously.
Do you think that because you've been in like shitty situations, you have a stronger ability to reach certain heights as opposed to people who haven't?
Yeah, to like assess situations and whatnot.
Not necessarily like assess situations, but more so to like, bro, if you want to go up, you have to have been down.
No, 100%. No, I feel you. No, you can't, like, here's the thing, man. A lot of people like to think that they've hit the bottom of the barrel, right? And that they're now coming back from that. No. You haven't hit the bottom of the barrel till you hear that, till you've hit the bottom of the barrel, you know what I mean? Till it's just hollow, you know?
Well, how do you know you've hit the bottom of the barrel then?
I don't know. Whenever the worst peak of your life happens, man, you know, like for me, it was my mom passing away, right? I thought I knew emotional trauma and pain until that happened, right?
Good point.
Like right in my living room, bro. You know what I mean? Like I thought I had it all figured out. I was like, oh shit, you know, I've been cheated on, and like I've been down bad. I've been really down bad. No, like, that kicked me down hard. You know what I mean? Like you're always getting kicked down harder, but like you know when you've hit the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean? It's like you can't even control your emotions in a situation like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know. Like I've always kind of, you know, I had my head screwed on pretty nicely even before my mom passed. But like, you know, there's always space to grow, right?
Definitely.
Like here I was thinking like, okay, like I'm at the best version of myself. It's like, no, unfortunately, like I had to hit rock bottom again, like, even more this time, I guess you could say, right? To really fucking rise up even more, right? Because that's the thing, man. It's just like, I don't know, I'm the type of guy, if I'm down really bad, the comeback is literally always greater than the setback. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I'm never going to, like, you know, the setback will be bad, but, that comeback, you know, you got to, it's like a bouncy ball, you know? You hit that hard, you hit the floor hard, bounce back even higher.
Flying.
Yeah, you're flying to the stratosphere.
Dude, what's your plan with like Twitch and stuff, bro? Do you have a plan?
Yeah, so I want to reach a partnership, which is not that easy because the requirements for it are kind of all over the place. But
Is that being like an affiliate with Twitch? Is that what you're talking
yeah,
about?
well, so I'm already affiliated.
Oh, okay.
Right, so to even be able to make money, you got to be affiliate.
Ah.
So I'm fortunate enough that September 2nd last year, I hit affiliate. So I did a little nice
happy
anniversary. Thank you, bro. Yeah, we did a little thing on stream the other day for that. That was fun. Sorry, what was your question again? I totally forgot. I just slipped my...
No. Do you have a plan with Twitch?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the goal is partnership. Yeah, so you start off with hitting affiliate. Affiliate's the first one you can hit. Partnership's the next one.
Dope.
Partnership is when you actually have a nice little check beside your name. You're actually like official. I'm trying to think of the benefits from that. I mean, you get more emotes and just like you know, you get granted a lot more stuff.
Dope.
And but the benefits, the requirements for it, I should say, is kind of weird because you have to stream at least like, I think it's like 50 hours a month, which isn't even that bad.
No.
Like, okay,
no, it's not bad at all.
no, it's not.
Hell?
Yeah,
I just thought about that.
it's like 60. It's anywhere between 50 or 80 hours or something like that. It's super. All the requirements are super easy if you're already a consistent streamer as affiliate, right?
Right.
The one that's a bitch is averages 75 viewers for a month.
That's
tough. It's huge, man. Because
average within 31 days.
yeah,
That's kind of
75.
tough.
Yeah, because that's where there's that big gap in Twitch of like people who are on my level of affiliate.
Yeah.
And then there's just this big hole of nobody. And then it just goes to people who average like 80 viewers and just bypass that 75.
Right.
Right. And then they get partnership. But then like if they get down bad on their luck, right? Like I was saying earlier, real life happens.
Yeah.
Get back to work, whatever the hell, right? Boom. You start streaming again. Oh, you're averaging 50, 60, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if they can actually take it away from you at that point.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure. I was about to comment on that, but I'm not actually sure, so I shouldn't say anything about that. That'd be ignorant of me. I don't actually know.
That'd be kind of fucked up if they took it away. I couldn't.
Yeah,
imagine that.
I'd be pissed. Be like, well, you didn't hit 75 again
Sucks
this
to
month.
suck,
Yeah,
pal.
no, I don't think you got to hit 75 every time. I think if you've proven that you can average over 75 in a month, they're just kind of like, okay, you know, take your break, fuck off, whatever. Come back and be at 50 viewers, like whatever.
Yeah. Dude, you just said you were signed to a team, right?
Yeah, Team Favicon for Smash Flash, yeah.
So what happens when you're signed to a team? Like,
so pretty much any tournament that I ever want to enter for Smash Flash, which by the way, Smash Flash is like the Flash version of Smash Bros. Yeah. Any tournament I ever want to enter is pretty much free admission. So there's a lot of these tournaments that are like, I don't know, $5 to get in.
oh, they pay for it?
Yeah, the team pays for it.
I
Yeah.
see.
And then they have like their own like little Twitter page and everything, and they do like a bunch of announcements.
So what are they benefiting when they just pay for your tournament fees?
See, that's a good question. I don't actually know what they benefit from that. I mean, I guess realistically, me being under their team, and then being a part of that tournament, per se, I end up on the main stage for one of these tournaments, right? It's like, oh, Team Favicon, MasterFalco, blah, blah. That's throwing their name out in the ringer, right?
Photos, media, and
Yeah.
shit. I could see it like if you're wearing a shirt. You know,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I'm guessing like $5 for them isn't much either. You know, but here's the thing: it's like, you know, there's me and like 5 other people on the team.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact these guys are competing in pretty much every tournament that costs money. I'm really not. I don't really care to. I just kind of joined the team because why not? Honestly, yeah. Honestly, I didn't even really. So one of my viewers actually is a part of the team. and he's like top ranked, like 40 something in the world for the game. His name's Lunchman Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. Okay, anyway, so Jeff comes up on my stream the one day, and he's like, yo, blah, blah, blah. I just got signed to Team Favicon. He starts telling me about it. I'm like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. And he's like, yeah, blah, blah, like, they'll pay for your tournaments if you ever want to be in them. I was like, okay. Like, I don't really compete in tournaments that much. Like, I stream the game, but I don't really play the game competitively, right? So, but yeah, at the end of the day, I ended up getting in contact with them. And, well, actually, I think they reached out to me. And, yeah, it was as simple as just signing up for their team, and I just got in. So it was like, at this point, like, honestly, like, I don't even really play the game that much as I used to. Kind of like I was telling you earlier, like, I played the game for like 3 months consistently at one point, and I just got bored of it. So it almost sucks that I got signed to this team when the game kind of started dying off for me. Like, I still love playing the game, but I'm not playing it, and I don't love it as much as I used to, like, half a year ago, right?
Right.
So it's like being signed to this team would have been a lot more exciting 6 months prior compared to now, right? Because I'm not really playing the game. So it's like, yeah, it's cool, I'm a part of the team, but, like, at the same time, it's like the team's probably just as big as I am right now. Like, they're pretty much a brand new team, right?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like, I think they got like 600 followers on Twitter.
Bro, how are these guys a brand new team, but they have top 50 players or top 10 players? How does that make sense?
Yeah, so that's the thing. The Smash Flash scene doesn't have that many actual teams to sign people, and the teams that are out there don't really benefit anything when these people join it.
Yeah.
It's just like what's cool about Team Favicon is, like, you're benefiting off them and they're benefiting off you, right? It's a two-way street.
Right.
Compared to, like, some of these other Smash Flash teams, it's just like they're benefiting off you. You're not getting shit from them. Like, they're not paying for your tournament entries or anything. They're just straight up like, it's whatever. It's just like, oh yeah, you're a part of the team. Like, go ahead and represent us. You know what I mean?
Free marketing.
Yeah. At that point, yeah, pretty much. And it's like, oh, we got a top 20 ranked guy in our team. It's like, oh shit.
Bro, so what I'm trying to understand is like, because I'm trying to understand how, like, successful fucking video gamers are successful, because it's like really like LeBron James, right, or like Kobe. Like, people will say, like, okay, these guys are obviously working out all the time and, like, training all the time, like these gamers, but then there's other attributes that they say LeBron has, which is like IQ, you know, like vision around the court, even like leadership. How can one playing video games have other characteristics other than just playing all the fucking time and getting better?
That's a good question. Yeah, so that's the thing with being a streamer too, is like, you're not really just like narrowed down to like court IQ and play and like stuff like that, right? It's more so like, for example, like, some of these streamers find success literally doing anything. That's the thing, right? It's just like, you could be successful on Twitch doing anything compared to in Twitch, or like compared to, like, let's say in the NBA, you know, someone like LeBron, he's all around good at what he does. Yeah. Right? Like you said, court IQ, all this other nonsense, right? Some of these streamers, they look at it the same. They look at the algorithm of everything. Oh. And it's like some mastermind type setting, you know? It's like, that's the thing, man. If you look at how other streamers do it, you know what I mean? Like, I've been fortunate enough where I literally have people tell me straight up, like, I never was interested in streaming until I saw you streaming.
That's jokes.
And they'll be like, and they'll kind of take after, like, my formula, right? Like, I'm not trying to sound cocky, but, like, I have a friend of mine. I got her streaming. Yeah. She's killing right now. She's almost at 1,000 followers. Oh, dope. And, like, don't get me wrong, like, we helped her get fucking set up, but, you know, I helped her literally with everything, like, get set up, like, with the actual program to start streaming, like, Streamlabs and everything, like, all that nonsense. But, like, when she started getting into it, she built her own, like, viewership and everything. So,
bro, do women have a easier time streaming? Because I feel like it's just a bunch of dudes, and they're like cute usually, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, so the issue with that is Twitch likes to, like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? They like to
sex sells, is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, well, like, here's the thing, man. Like, something a girl could do on Twitch, half the time they'll get away with it, but then God forbid a guy does it, and it's fucking...
Like what?
I don't know, something as little as, like, for example, these girls can be on bikinis on Twitch now. Blatant ass in your face on the screen, right? Just straight ass.
So funny.
But then if my ass crack, God, like, a little bit of my plumber's crack shows, boom, 7-day ban, get fucked.
I think there's a couple things we have to address. First, Yeah, that's a good point because that's crazy. Like,
Yeah,
they're
super
just
sexist.
They're just hacking the algorithm.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a bunch of guys that work at Twitch too. So it gets you thinking, right? It's like
It makes sense. And second of all, bro, what games are you playing that your ass cracks out half the time? What are you talking about?
okay, that's a good question. I'm not saying my ass crack has ever been out on stream,
Oh,
but I
okay.
mean, God forbid if it ever was.
Right.
Like if I was doing I don't know, a hot tub stream like some of these girls do. That's where they
do
find.
that? They play video games in the hot tub.
Oh, dude, half of them don't even play the video game. They just sit in the hot tub.
So they're just streaming on Twitch that has nothing to do with games.
Yes.
Oh,
So Twitch
okay.
over the years has slowly developed into like it started off as just video game content, but over the years it's slowly becoming into like for example, sometimes I'll do IRL streaming, which is in real life. Right? I'll take my little selfie stick over there, plop it to the back of my phone right here with the magnet, walk
Yeah.
around like this,
Yeah.
read my chat and just do whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Cuz people like to see I don't know, maybe their favorite streamer out and about in the real world, not just freaking playing a game all the time, I
Yeah.
guess, right?
Good point.
But yeah, no, man, when it comes to Twitch, you'd be surprised the categories that are on there.
Why?
Art, music, IRL, hot tubs and beaches categories. It's crazy, man. Like, it's not just games. It's like you got everything.
Bro, so why is Twitch so big? Why is it successful?
I mean, Amazon owns it, so that's a huge thing.
Amazon owns Twitch?
Amazon owns Twitch, yeah. Amazon owns Twitch. Yeah, they bought them out like 2 years ago, I think, or 3 years ago. So that's another thing with my streams. Like when people financially support, there's a thing called Twitch Prime.
Really?
Yeah, so people can sub with Twitch Prime. So what happens is if you have Amazon Prime and you're paying that, what is it, $80, I think?
I think so.
Yeah, it's like $80 a year to get all your products really quick or whatever. Yeah, so if you have that and you have a Twitch account linked up with your Amazon account as well, you can literally once a month give someone a free like $3 or $4 with the Twitch Prime.
Interesting.
So you'll sub to them, you'll get no ads, you'll get their emotes, you're financially supporting them, and it's pretty much just Amazon being like, well, thanks for buying Amazon Prime. We're noticing that, you know, like clearly you linked your Twitch account. Fucking here's free $3 every month. So you're getting some of your money back for the Prime, I guess, to an extent to just give to someone else. But
Bro,
Yeah.
Amazon's fucking nuts because they have their fucking hand in everything,
I know, it's
bro.
crazy.
Like I've seen this
Out of
thing-
nowhere too.
Yeah, straight up, bro, out of nowhere, bro. I seen this one picture where it was like a graphic of like the Amazon logo in the middle, and then it showed every little like industry that
Yeah.
they're part of and like their competitors and shit. So
Insane,
it's like
right?
nuts, bro. They're competing
Like
with,
non-comparable.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like Amazon Prime, you see it like competing with like Netflix and Disney on one hand, but like logistically they're competing with like FedEx, even like Walmart on the other hand.
Dude,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's insane.
It's fucking nuts. And now Twitch and music
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
TV
Well, Twitch
shows?
is the biggest streaming platform out there, 100%. Like,
Definitely.
YouTube's trying to get on that, but YouTube has been failing so hard with trying to. I mean, I'm sure if you've noticed, if you go on YouTube, they've got like TikTok looking highlight
Yeah,
reels
the
and
shorts,
shit.
YouTube shorts.
Yeah, YouTube's trying to bite off on everything, man.
Well,
They're trying to get a live category going, which has failed for years.
Really?
Oh man, dude, searching up someone's live stream on YouTube is terrible.
Really?
You could search up someone's YouTube channel. They could be live on YouTube. Could be a big YouTuber. Search up their channel. You see a bunch of their videos. Doesn't show that they're live.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, it's a mess compared to Twitch, where it's just streaming, right? So it's like you know if someone's live, you know if someone's offline, right? It's not like beating around the bush in any way.
You see, I'm kind of curious as to whether or not that's them trying to hop on like a bandwagon, like these YouTube Shorts or whatever, or if
Yeah.
it's that, or if it's them understanding that like, okay, clearly people aren't watching 10-minute videos anymore. It makes the most sense for us
True.
to do that. Like,
To do that,
if
yeah.
anything, we'd probably be sitting here bashing them if they didn't do that. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
I feel like even with the live thing, maybe I don't know, man. Either it's just a fuck up and they have some idiots in the live department, or
100%.
or they understand that like, okay, even if we got into live,
Yeah.
like, is it really effective? Like, is it?
From
You know?
what I've seen from bigger streamers or bigger YouTubers, I guess I should say, speaking out about it, is that YouTube has literally been working on it for years and they can't figure it out. Like, because that's the thing, man. To actually like own like a fucking proper streaming platform is so much money.
Well, yeah, bro. Of course.
Right? Like, it's one thing to just have a website like YouTube where people can just upload videos, but to actually have a live website where thousands of people are live at 1080p quality at a time.
Yeah.
It's insane, man.
Yeah,
Like, you look at Mixer. You ever hear of Mixer?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mixer got bought out and shit because they went bankrupt.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Mixer's been done for a while. So all these Mixer dudes and girls just switched over to Twitch, obviously. Where else are they going to go? Fucking
Good
YouTube?
point, good point. Yeah, good
YouTube,
point.
where they're not going to get noticed and people can search them up and they don't pop up? Like, hell no. It's not a thing. That's why I don't like I've had people ask me, why don't you stream on YouTube? For what? For what? People don't feel like the need to even watch it, or like, for example, like I was saying, like there's a need, not more so a need, but like people feel more of a need to, I guess, like financially support on Twitch, for example, right?
Yeah.
Ad free, this, that, the other. Bro, they're not getting shit on YouTube. They give me $5 through Super Chat or whatever. Cool. I said your name and I said thank you. You know what I mean? Which I would have just done on Twitch and you would have got benefits for it. Yeah. On YouTube, they don't get shit. Just like, oh, you got to thank you. Wow. See you tomorrow, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, it sucks. It sucks for them, right? Like, it's not a fun time.
Bro, I'm wondering, like, after kind of like, I don't know, man. After like being down bad and like kind of getting into like video games and shit, what do you think are just a few executive rules that people need to know, man? Whether it's like from life or even just from gaming, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like success-wise.
Stay consistent.
Yeah.
If as much as you can, anyways, without crashing and burning like we were talking about. Yeah, stay consistent, stay humble, obviously. Count your blessings.
Definitely.
Don't be an ignorant asshole.
Definitely.
Sorry, by the way, am I allowed to swear on here? I've been swearing like a sailor for like an hour.
Listen, bro, you're out here fucking swearing, and it's fucking ridiculous.
I'm a fuck up, I know. Oh, man, yeah, it is fucking ridiculous, isn't it? But, no, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Stay humble, you know? Stay thirsty for the grind.
Definitely.
Stay safe, you know, obviously. That's a big thing. COVID's still rampant out here. Stay fucking safe. Wash your hands. All right, it's not over just because you're double vaxxed. You know, still wash your hands and wear a mask. It's all good. You know, do your part. All right? But, no, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, it's, yeah, stay humble.
Dope.
Stay humble.
You have to.
Stay happy, like I was saying, too, man. Find the happiness in all the little things.
You know
That's
what's
a big executive rule right there.
It's
100%.
huge, bro.
Yeah.
It's huge rule because it's like whether just go towards that happiness that you find, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But what's crazy that I've realized is like, just speaking about like happiness and success. I guess success that we have in like the global north, like of just financial success.
Right.
It's crazy because like you see here, bro, everyone, like even us, we're like trying to do Twitch, trying to do this and this and this, you know, we're trying to do a bunch of crazy shit, trying to get some money. And it's like, it's such a weird thing where the economic model and the culture has like seeped into one.
Right.
Where like this like capitalist idea of, you know, being compensated for whatever the work you put in. It's like, that's not just the economic thing anymore. That's also the culture where we're like, we got to grind, we got to do this.
Yeah.
It's all about, you know, like cars and crazy shit. But if you go east or if you go to the global south, a lot of times they don't care about none of that. A lot of times it's like, you know, you just get your paycheck and your family has your food and it's like, sure, you don't have a crazy house, but like life is good, bro.
You're getting by, right?
Literally,
Like
bro.
shit.
And like they come and sit down and have like a family dinner at the end of the night. And like that's another thing that I've noticed here too is like it's very normal to maybe not have that dinner all the time. Maybe like twice or once a week, but it's like everyone has shit to do or like everyone's on their own thing. You know what I mean?
To like these traditional families where it's
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I don't care how busy you are, you sitting your ass down at the table
Yeah,
and we're having
bro.
dinner and we're talking about our day.
Literally,
you know what I
bro.
mean? Like I grew up in a household where it was the same thing. It's like we wouldn't go the whole day talking to each other sometime.
Yeah.
You know, I'd get home from school, not talk to anybody for like 2-3 hours. Dinner comes around, it's like that's the time to unwind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you know, 8-year-old me didn't like that at the time because all I wanted to do was just eat and not talk, right? Been talking all day at school, you know,
Literally.
get home, watch some cartoons. I'm sitting here waiting for food. I'm starving. Finally eat some food and got a mouthful every time and I got to speak 1,000 words. You know what I mean? Like, young me hated it. But, you know, I look back on those memories and I'm like, shit, like, ungrateful little bastard I was. I mean, you know, I was a kid, but at the same time, it's like, you know, like, you feel bad about it, right? You're kind of like,
Of course.
shit.
Naturally.
And that's just life, though, right? As a kid, you're just like, screw this, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, hit the teenage years or even more like, screw this. You hit your adult years, you're like, oh, shit, like, let me, like, do this thing with my dad that he's been trying to get me to do with him since I was like 12 and I've been too like ignorant to do, right?
Yeah.
Now he's too old and doesn't want to do it, right? Like that's the story of my life, man. My parents had me late, so it sucks.
Yeah.
It's just like stubborn 16-year-old me finally, or like 17, 18-year-old me was like, okay, like shit, I'm an adult. Let me start acting like it. And he's like, okay, you know, mom, dad, like what's up? You guys are too tired.
Yeah.
Shit. You guys were always down to do this, and I was never down. I was too busy being a shit disturber. I'm going out with my friends. You know, like whatever.
Classic.
But
the
regrets.
Literally, bro.
Fuck.
But like, hey, that's why it's key to be humble, bro. Because it's like
100%.
anything that you have now can just be gone. You know. Now you
Yeah.
look back and it's like shit. Although like you could have had that regret, it's still a learning curve. You know.
Yeah.
Now it just teaches you that you have to be
Exactly.
grateful all the
It's a
time.
bump in the
and
road,
now you
man.
gotta like be humble at times. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, homie. Let's cut this bitch out.
It's been great.
Appreciate you being here, bro.
Likewise, man. Thank you for having me. It's been fun. Executive rule.
I wanted to kill myself when I
What happened, bro? Oh, that's,
Oh no, you're good, bro.
I was just like, what the hell happened? Like, it's fine.